Hi, fourth grade mathematicians. Mrs. Elkin here. I'm here to show you how to use the website Go Formative. As we had mentioned, on Fridays, or really any time during the week or weekend, you are to go to Go Formative and complete the exit tickets for the Zern lessons you already completed. For example, if this week you are able to do Zern lessons 16 and 17, you'll go to Go Formative and you will do those two exit tickets. If you did more lessons in Zern, then you can do more of the exit tickets. We're actually going to watch Miss Taffer. The fifth grade teachers and the fifth grade students are doing math very much the same way we are right now. They're doing Zern and they're taking exit tickets on Go Formative. So we're going to watch Miss Taffer show us how to use it. Now, some of the math she shows us is fifth grade math, but the tools and everything else she shows us will be really much the same for fourth grade. Here we go.
Students, I'm going to show you how to use Go Formative to do your exit tickets in math. Once you've gone to goformative.com and you get to the screen, you're going to go up here where it says login. Press the login button. It's going to give you some options for how to sign in to Go Formative. You're going to use your school Google account. So that's your school email and your school password. Click sign in with Google, choose your account. I'm going to pretend that I'm Aiden. He's already been signed in before, so it's just taking him straight in. But if you've never signed in before, you'll have to input your information. Once you get in here, you're going to see the list of formatives that you need to complete.
Hi, fourth graders. I'm pausing for a second because when you get to this page, as you can see, it's pretty easy. After you sign in with Google, you'll get right to this page with your assignments. When you get to this page, there'll be many exit tickets. For example, this week, we're putting at least 5 for just those rare students who would do many Zern lessons. Of course, you don't have to. You know how many to do a week. On a typical week, at least 3 Zerns and at least 3 exit tickets, but you can keep going to do as many as you want. Don't go too fast, though. You want to make sure you're learning and understanding your learning. Anyway, when you get to this page, for this week, for example, there'll be 5 different exit tickets listed. Find the one that goes with the Zern lesson you completed. I did notice this week, even though we have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, they're not necessarily in the same order on this page. So you just want to be really careful to look. For example, in this class, 5th grade, they're on lesson 8. So you want to look at the number to make sure you're opening the correct one. Okay, back to Miss Taffer.
Anything that you need to do is going to say open. Anything that you've already finished is going to just say submitted. So if there's one assignment here that says open, you're going to complete that one. If there are 3, you're going to complete all 3. You're going to click on open. It's going to take you to the Go Formative assessment. So when you see each question, it's going to give you the description right here. These are the directions that you need to read before you click down here where it says show your work. That's going to pop up the actual place where you put your answer in. So this one says, estimate the product first, solve by using the standard algorithm, use your estimate to check the reasonableness of the product. Okay, so I have to estimate and then solve and use my estimate to check my answer. So I'm going to click on show your work. So now you can see all the instructions are gone, so it's really important that you read them before you clicked into this question. So I see my original problem here. I know I need to estimate first to find a reasonable answer. I have a couple ways for how I can put in my response. Over here are all the options for the things that you can include. This is just like a free wiggly line that you can draw. You can put anything you want, and it will draw it right there. You can press undo if you're not happy with what you did. This is just a straight line. You can use that depending on what you need to do. Maybe you need to draw arrows. You can use a straight line to draw an arrow. You can also go down here to the T. That's where you input a text box. I like to use a text box for any time I have to write words or type in numbers where I don't have to draw. It's a little bit easier to just type than it is to draw something out. So I selected the T for text box. I'm going to go up here and put in my estimated numbers. So I have 283. So I remember with estimating, I want to round to the to friendly numbers, and in this case, both of my numbers are in the hundreds, and the round to nearest 100. So this would be 300. Then I can just click again since I'm still on the T for text box, and I'm going to round 416. I'm going to round that down to 400. It's closer to 400 than 500. So now I need to multiply both of these together to find the product. I remember with my place value, I can multiply the 300s by the 400s. 4 times 3 is 12 hundreds. but I'm multiplying 100 by 100. So I have 4 zeros. I'm going to put in a comma just to make it easier for myself to read it. So this is 120,000. That's my estimated answer. Now I'm going to go down here and actually solve the real thing. So here I have the choice. Do I still want to do a text box and type in text boxes for every number I do, or do I want to do it by hand? I think I'm going to do it by hand since it's a standard algorithm and I know it's going to get a little bit messy. So 6 times 3 is 18. I'll put my 8 here. I need to carry my 10. 8 times 6 is 48 plus 1 is 49. That's 9 tens and 400s. And then 6 times 2 is 12 plus 4 is 16. Right, now moving down here, I have to do my placeholder 0 since now I'm in the tens. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 8 is 8. And 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, moving along to my hundreds. So now I need 2 placeholder zeros to get all the way over to my hundreds. 4 times 3 is 12. Another one here. 4 times 8 is 32 plus 1 is 33. Here comes a 3. Wow. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay, now I just need to add those all up. Now I'm going to switch it back to the T because for me it's a lot easier to just type it. Okay, 8 plus 0 plus 0 is 8. 9 plus 3 plus what was a 0 but looks like a 6 is 12. So that's a 2. I have to carry my 1. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 1 is 6. 1 and 1. So I get an answer of, and I'm going to write it over here, the product is 116,728. This is close to, enter, so it goes down a new line. My estimate, it is in the same place value. And I'm going to say that is, oops, in a new line again, 100,000s. Okay.
Hi, fourth graders. I just wanted to pause here to say, so you can see all the tools that Ms. Taffer showed you. There's different ways that you can use text. You can actually use the writing tool. We don't want anyone to worry about it being messy. I've seen many exit tickets done on here as long as your teacher can see your answer. That's why it was great the way Ms. Taffer typed it in the text. As long as we can see your answer, don't worry if your numbers ended up not all done in the right way. I really suggest you also have paper and pencil next to you when you're doing the math. We do want to see your work on here, but especially when you're lining up numbers, you might want to use graph paper or just regular paper and then do the same thing in your Go Formative. Really up to you. Okay, that fifth grade math, it's kind of like fourth grade algorithm. It just keeps going. Okay, guys, remember, it's okay if you don't know about that big algorithm. It's just really more important that you understand how to use Go Formative. Let's see the last minute of what Ms. Taffer has to say.
Now, I finished all of my work, so I'm going to put the check mark right here. I finished this one. Now I have to scroll down to see are there other problems. Yes, there is. So I have to do the same thing again here. So I'm going to show my work. I know I'm estimating again, putting the estimated product, and then solving, and then comparing it. I'm just going to go real quick and draw a really scary smiley face just for the sake of you guys sitting here watching me do math. I finished both of my answers. I'm obviously going to take it seriously when I do it myself. And then once I'm totally finished, I'm going to hit submit. It's going to ask you, would you like to submit? You have to click submit again, otherwise it won't go through. So my responses have been submitted. Right now I have two options. I can exit the assignment or log out. Right now, since I know this is the only one I had to do today, I could just click log out. But on any other day, if you have more than one, or if you don't remember, click exit assignment. It's going to take you back to your list and you can see, do I have anything else to do? Nope, I've submitted it. I'm all done. Now I can log out.
Thanks,
Students,
Mrs.
I'm going to show you how to use
Taffer.
Go
Whoops.
Formative to do your exit tickets and more.
Thanks, Mrs. Taffer. Okay, guys, so that's how you use Go Formative. The first few times, it's going to take you a while. It definitely is. You're probably going to want to do a smiley face. Just don't submit it. Make a few smiley faces, erase them. There is an eraser tool, or even just scribble it out. Just make sure that your answer is somewhere on your exit ticket. Okay, guys, I look forward to seeing your work. And of course, when you're meeting with your teachers, you can let us know how it's going. And Bye.